Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector, is a collective or general reading. My goal is to provide valuable information that will empower you. Please be aware that this is a collective or general reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. I've already shuffled the cards, and I am going to give them a quick cut and shuffle, and we'll begin with the energy from the bottom of the deck for the underlying energy. And we have the Knight of Cups. So this is a knight, one of the knights in the minor arcana, and this is the Knight of Cups. He's the one that you would normally read about in the romantic novels. He's delivering a cup of love, and he is the knight in shining armor. This represents a message coming in, some form of communication. In the old days, the knights would be the ones that delivered messages for the king and queen and the rest of the court. And they would travel far and wide and deliver the messages and then wait for the answer and deliver it back. Nowadays, of course, we have the ability to receive and give messages very quickly. So this can represent a phone call, a text, could be a email, documents, it could be a social media post. And normally this is the knight in shining armor does deliver a cup of love and romantic love, but it also can be representing something you love to do or be, or someone else that you love to be with. And we have, to begin the reading, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles represents someone that's been focused on their work, and this is the only card in the Pentacle cards where the person is actually working on the actual coin. So Pentacles do represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. It's like lifestyle and, you know, that kind of energy. Not just about money, but this one does represent making money. How you make money and how focused you are on making money. So this energy actually says either you have just started a project and you're on the second pentacle and you have these to go, or you have completed all these pentacles and you're on the second last one. So we'll see as we do the reading which it is. And we have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is almost the 10 of Cups. Like with this one, that would be 10. 10 is the most cups that you can get in the tarot. And this is a very highly favored individual. They're sitting, it looks like on stage, so this could be a public figure. And this is representing, romantic love, plus love of your family, love of your partner, love of your work, love of where you live, your career, all of that kind of energy. And this, as I said, this is someone who is highly favored. Having said this, this is also a card of wishing. So if you are wishing for something, it doesn't mean you have it yet. And so this is saying like you're almost there and you almost have what you're wishing for. Having said that, you are going to need to put some more work in and stay focused to complete the work. And that's why these two, I feel, came up together. And this energy is talking. If you notice the foot, the way the feet are pointing out here, this in body language indicates leaking energy. So it's kind of, and then the upper body is more like closed energy. Yeah, and so this energy is talking, there's some sort of discrepancy here. So the energy is saying like remain focused. Many people lose the race in the last lap. That's the kind of energy. And it's like, don't let distractions take you out of the zone. So just as you're about to get that ultimate fulfillment. And that might be that you've been working very diligently on your pentacles, but now you want your cup of love and it's on its way. That would be a distraction for most people. And then we have, okay, so there is some sort of heartbreak. This represents heartbreak. It looks really like disturbing when you first see it. When you look at it again, you realize, oh, that heart is actually quite big and the swords are quite small. So this is something that, like, it's not like the heart could recover from this. This energy, like, is this a cliff with a cloud, or is this someone who has their heart in their throat kind of energy? So this could be The swords represent thoughts, and they also represent your mind, your mindset. So this could be about not being able to speak your mind, or there were words said about you that were very painful, and possibly by someone that you really loved and that you wanted to be with. This also can be saying that there was 3 people involved in a relationship where there should have been 2, and that could also be what the heartbreak is about. It also can say, because we have this card before it and this cup of love coming in, that the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind are congruent with each other and in line with your heart's desires, which would kind of make sense, because this is like diligently working away and almost like having almost 8 pentacles done already, and there's only 2 more to go. We have 9 here of cups of love, and we have 1 more coming in on the way, so we're very close to crossing the line. This energy has been coming up a lot. In 2025, 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9, so that was a 9-year, and the 9-year represents the end of a cycle, and it's not just like moving from 1 year into the next year. On January 1st, we actually moved into a totally new cycle. A new decade of energies, because the 10 energy is 1 plus 0 equals 1. It's the beginning of a new cycle. So if you think back, what were you doing in 2015 and 16, at this time, and it might give you some clarity on this situation. I feel like because to have this kind of work in, it feels like you've been at it for a while. And so we'll see what this is about. If this card in a positive sense is saying that you're well on your path and you're very close to having this. And another, it could say that there was like some heartbreaking decision that was made in your romantic life. Okay, and then we've got the burdens. But now this card is also that way, because this card can represent, it looks like someone who's heavily burdened. There's 10 of wands here, and again, it's that 10 number, 9, the having all of this wish, wanting all of this to come true, then a heartbreak happens and we have to carry the burden. So for some people, it may be that, or this can represent someone who has planted a lot of wands, like a lot of seeds, thoughts, and then taken their thoughts and planted them, like put action on it. And because of that, they have now, they're reaping the harvest. And these might be just heavy from all the fruits of their labor. And so that energy, and they're almost home. So this one is saying, this card can be saying, make sure you bring it home. Like this is your harvest. You're almost there. Don't give up now. It's similar to this card here. So perhaps something happened here and you've been feeling kind of like giving up. And this is the problem with a lot of times with people just before they're about to reach their goal. It's when people have a tendency to quit. It's kind of a weird energy that happens when you're almost at the top of the pendulum, or at the top of the podium. And then we have the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords energy, it's kind of interesting, because 7 plus 3 is 10 again, right? And I just feel like this energy is the shift disturber. So this is some sort of conflict or some sort of contradiction. This person's a walking contradiction. They leave 2 swords here, and they're looking back. They're not, they're looking backwards, but they're moving forward, and they're not looking where they're going. So at worst, this is a thief. But if it's a thief in broad daylight kind of energy. So it can also be talking about taking all these thoughts, and maybe 3 of them there, and the thoughts that came from this heartbreaking decision, and taking them away and leaving the 2 firmly planted, which could represent the strong thoughts of a relationship coming through, or being able to repair a relationship. This reading is, this is a collective reading. And that's why I was getting the energy. Look back what was going on in your life in 215, 216, like on that cusp there, because it might give you some more insight. Both of those scenarios could be what this is about. It could be like a really challenging situation, or it could be talking about finding like an innovative answer to the issue, being able to bring your harvest home, having your thoughts congruent with your heart's desires, almost having that 10th cup and it's already coming in, and being very close to finishing a project that you've put a lot of work in. Or it could be you have to start a new project over, you lose you get distracted and it ends in heartbreak, and then you are carrying the burdens of other people, and then a thief comes and steals your thoughts. So take it however it works for you. So this is talking about a new world. And when the Fool starts off on his journey of a cycle in the major arcana, that's the 0 point. That's when the 0 card represents that. And he goes through 21 cards to get to the final one, which is the world. And so the world is also talking about the end of a cycle and a beginning of a new world. I feel like that's representing the energy of moving in from 2025 to 2026. And then we have the Magician. So the Magician is the very first card that the Fool on his journey encounters. And this is talking about being able to bring what is from above to below. This is talking about taking your thoughts and be able to bring them to earth and manifest them on earth. And this is talking about he has his bench with his tools on here. He has everything that he needs to succeed. And there's infinite potential here. Having said that, around his waist is a snake that's latched onto its tail. And this is called an Ouroboros, and it represents someone who's caught in a loop of a thought, which is a game. It's really funny, this reading. It's like either this or that. It's either the worst case or the best case scenario. Let's keep going and see what this is. So the bottom row, I'm making a pyramid here. The bottom row here is representing the tools that you have to be able to bring about this, like you're 1 cup away from everything you love. You're so close to finishing this project and putting the burdens down and being able to enjoy the harvest kind of energy. And it's like kind of walking into, and everything is, all your thoughts are congruent with your heart's desires. Let's go with that one. Except then this card comes out. So this is the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords. You know, if it wasn't for the swords, this would be a pretty simple reading. Keep your thoughts clean. But this energy is going back to the swords here. So this can represent a never-ending nightmare that doesn't end. This could represent being in a relationship that was very burdensome, that has got you in this state quite a bit. And it's kind of like, like Groundhog Day, that kind of energy, like it just keeps repeating itself. This could represent you gave someone that you love 3 chances and like they failed 3 times kind of energy, and it set you back, and it's kind of like stealing all your thoughts like that of anything good happening. That's the energy that I feel. And I feel like it could be someone to do with a romantic partner. It could be also someone that's like one of your children or something that's having difficulties. It could be something like that. But this is the card of worry. And, you may have noticed when you're in this energy, it really doesn't make the situation better. It generally makes it worse, because especially if you're a mother and you can't see a brilliant future for your child, who's going to, right? And this energy on the upper part, like if it's going the other way in this reading, and a more optimistic view, could be that you woke up in the middle of the night and you had inspiration in your dream or from God, and a lot of times that happens for people between 2 and 4 in the morning. And you're just trying to remember the dream or remember the energy, so that you can remember, okay, it was kind of like you were shown these are the consistent steps of action to get out of this, to end that cycle in 2025 and get into this new world energy in 2026. And then we have, there's some regret. Okay. So there's 3 cups here. So it could be there were 3 people in a relationship. Quite often this means that there's like a threesome kind of energy, when it was supposed to only be 2 people, but there were 3. And either you had this happen to you, or you have took this action, and now there's a lot of regret. And there's spilt wine. This is like the crying over spilt milk. You know that saying, don't cry over spilt milk. What's spilt, you can't, get it back. But this is spilt wine. And so this energy is talking, and then there's a glass of, or a cup of some sort of poison. So I feel like, or, some unknown substance. And so this energy is talking about, you could stand here and be in regret for the rest of your life, or you can pick up the 2 cups that you have left and be grateful that they didn't spill. And then walk down the path, cross the bridge over troubled waters, and head to your castle. And look at, your castle is half dilapidated and half standing. So that's kind of also representing the energy of, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? Are you going to be grateful for what you have and move forward, or are you going to sit in this regret for the rest of your life? That, this is not a comfortable place to be in. And then there's this energy of someone rushing in. And I feel like I've been doing quite a few readings. I have 6 of them done now, half of them done. For the what does the energy of the Chinese New Year have? What is the effect on the Western horoscope signs? So that's what I've been doing the readings on, and a lot of it is talking about the impulsiveness of that energy, and that comes in on February 17th. That energy is talking about like fools rushing in, like forcing things instead of allowing them to happen kind of energy, going with the flow, like not going with the flow, going against the wind, that kind of energy. And so you look at, even the horse is totally stressed out. And so this could be like an alarming communication coming in regarding what happened here, kind of energy. So we don't know for sure. And once again, because this energy could be, this is another night, but you look at the difference between these 2 nights, and you can see the total difference between their energy. So I don't feel it has to do with you. I feel it has to do with a situation, and it's affecting you in some way. And then we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is coming in. And the King of Wands is representing that fire energy, also of that new fire horse energy coming in. And like what I've been noticing, especially for the fire signs, which are Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries, that fiery energy, we already have that energy, so we don't need more of this kind of energy. So it's talking about, especially today when I post this, it will be the 3rd of January. And the 3rd, and this is when the full moon in Cancer is at, it's out. This is its day. And the full moon in Cancer, I've been talking about that in my readings because the sign of Cancer is actually ruled by the moon. And the full moons are already really, they can cause a lot of volatile mood swings, etc. And this one's going to be particularly volatile because it is in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. And at the same time, we entered Capricorn energy on around the 22nd of December. And so that the Capricorn energy is really about, having it's the most mature sign of the Pentacles. So it's kind of like wanting to build something, wanting to finish the project, wanting to get shift done, that kind of energy. And the Cancer energy is, I just want to, like that of young adolescent girls that have just started their cycle and like they want to just go to bed and cry, eat comfort food, read a book, and just be left alone. And the Capricorn energy is saying, no, let's go for it. And at the same time, the sun is also in that energy, which is the ruler of the Leo energy, which is also one of the fire signs. And the Venus, which is all about love. That's why we're having a lot of this romance coming in, I feel, is also in Capricorn. And Capricorn is right across from Cancer, like across the zodiac. They're opposites. We also have Mars, which is the other fire sign. And so we have the energy of, if you've ever heard of the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, it's kind of like that energy. And even within us, it can be a fight between our masculine and feminine energy, right? So this is a very fiery energy, and so don't go be, like the danger of the fire horse energy coming in February, and we can feel it now already, is that energy of impulsive action, impulsive words, impulsive thoughts, taking action on impulsive thoughts, like, and instead of taking action on something you've put some thought into, right? And this is representing more of a visionary person. The King of Wands is actually someone who is really a lot of fun. Like, he's a charming, charismatic person, has that energy, ready to get up and do stuff, but pretty laid back. But at the same time, this is entrepreneurial spirit. He loves adventure, and he loves to move forward. This is also the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. And he's sometimes has a bit of a, he's got his eye in the future, which sometimes in matters of love makes him a little bit of a roving eye kind of guy. And so this is the sitting right on here, and the burden. So, and it could be about this regret, right? So that's the kind of energy I feel that's possibly coming in. And maybe the information of some sort of infidelity is coming in. And, here we have it. And this is what the tools you have. And now this is the obstacles that you're going to come up against. And this could be an obstacle. And then we have, deciding I want to row off to calmer waters with God. So instead of going out and being a party animal and then, getting in trouble because you're in this volatile energy from the Cancer moon, and just the social network of this holiday season, we're tapering off now. This energy, it's kind of like, no, I'm just going to chill out. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to I want to make sure that I get this wish come true. And I want to have a romantic partner that I want to be true to, kind of energy. So this is about rowing off. The rough waters here represent emotional volatility, and then this calm represents like calm emotions. So it's kind of making a choice. I'm going to row off to calmer waters with God. I'm just going to chill out. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to pray a little. I'm going to do some healing on my inner child, kind of in my subconscious mind. And I'm going to work on the thoughts of bringing in this romance that I really want, or possibly repairing this one if it's possible to repair it. And that's the energy I'm feeling. Again, it's saying, the hermit climbs up the mountain, and he stays up there until his lantern becomes full of light. And then once that light is enough to cast this gold color on his staff, that's when we know, okay, we're ready to come down from the mountain and put our actions into place. You see how those three are lined up here, and how different that is from this energy. So fools rush in, and people who are visionary take their time to make sure that the action that they're going to take is strong. That's the energy. Yes, because destiny is calling, and I'm getting it's a clear choice. I want to get what I've been working for, and I want to have this wish come true. And I want to focus on that. I don't want to be distracted by, social matters. And there, it's confirmation. The moon. All that energy I was talking about, the moon, where this lobster's climbing out of the emotional waters and deciding, okay, I'm going on my journey. I have to pass by the domestic dog and the wolf. They're both howling at the moon. They're not going to notice me. I'll just crawl on by and I'll go on my path. And by the time I get through these two pillars, as long as I stay on my path, everything will be safe. I will have the information I need, the enlightenment from God, the Sun, and I will also have the energy of having how to take this movement now and bring it in. Because when the Sun is opposing this Cancer energy in the Moon and you choose to meditate on it, this energy, and you know, it's going to shed light on what your next actions could be so that you stay on your destined path. The wheel of fortune is clicking. So it's click, 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 you know, it's ready. And this is past, present, and future synchronicities coming together to, you know, inspire you to stay on your path. And then we have, not wanting to be left out in the cold. And this card has been coming up in all the readings in the last 2 days. Every reading, I think, has had this card in it. And so this is talking about just, you know, that energy I was saying, like just when you're about to come in with the harvest. That's when it becomes too heavy and you put it down and you don't make it home. And it's that close. And you can't see it's that close because you're holding the harvest right in front of you. You can't see the forest for the trees kind of, or the trees for the forest energy. I think it's forest for the trees. So this is talking about don't leave yourself out in the cold. That's the energy I'm getting. Like don't be distracted at this point, and then be in this kind of energy where you miss your opportunity. That's the energy I'm picking up. Or like go rushing into something and then regret it after, you know, and it ends in heartbreak, that kind of energy. And then we have the King of Cups coming in. So the King of Cups is sitting on his throne, and he is emotionally available, and he's sitting on all this like rough water, but he's chill. He's not going to make a move. He's got his cup of love. Maybe he sent the Knight of Cups in to send a message to someone. Hey, I want to, would you like to go on a date? Would you like to marry me? You know, that kind of energy. So he's planning some form of communication, but he's waiting until the time is right. And the King of Cups is the most emotionally available king. So he, on some level, this can represent someone who, you know, he might have had something happen, some form of betrayal in his love life. And that's why there's only 9 cups here. And he, like, the thing about the King of Cups is he's very emotionally available and in control of his emotions and all of that. But he's the most likely to hold a grudge if there's been some form of betrayal. He doesn't handle betrayal very well. And that could be leaving him cold-hearted, like he's not his usual self kind of energy. That might be why he's out there sitting in the troubled waters by himself, and he knows best to stay away from people right now because I'm not in a good mood. And then look, the Ace of Cups comes in because he does that. He has the sense to realize no use talking about it, no use rushing in with thoughts and words until I'm clear on what I want to say regarding this heartbreak and this situation. It's because this is sitting right on top of the regret. And like, look at, there it is, that cup coming in from the King of Cups. Okay, I wonder what's going to, and look at, you notice how now this water here is much calmer. And it's like the divine is saying, look, this is an overflowing cup. You don't even have to fill it. It's just going to be full of love that keeps coming. It's your divine partner. And look at, there's a dove of peace there. And it's like, you're not going to be in this state anymore. So you made the right choice. You didn't go out and make a big scene or, you know, get all caught up. You chose to go inward and heal and see, okay, what was my part in this? And not stay cold-hearted, like, so that you will be able to accept this cup of love. That's the energy. And that's the energy I'm getting is the energy that as much as available as this king is to love, he's also that much available to be cold, you know, if he's betrayed. That's the energy I'm picking up. And so he's made a choice that he wants love. And if there's another partner coming in, he's going to heal from this and bring it home. You know, bring it in. And there we have the 9 of Cups there. So this is talking about, like this is the Eight of Cups, this is the Nine of Cups. And so or Pentacles, sorry. And so the Pentacles, you notice that she has her hand on 6 pentacles, and there's 3 behind her in the bush. So this represents, she understands that to be able to be successful in life, you always have to feed yourself first, and you have to look after yourself first, so you're in a good position to accept opportunities when they come. And there's 3 pentacles there that she's willing to invest in others, and that she will be able to. And as long as she keeps that ratio, she'll be able to, and has the foresight, which is what the falcon represents, then she will be in that energy. And the pentacles don't just represent coin, they represent what you invest your time, your energy, and your money in, and your health, wealth, and happiness. So this is talking about letting go of the regret. And like Nikola Tesla talks about this, if you knew the beauty of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. And we have there, look at that. The 10th pentacle comes in, as well as the cup, the 10th cup here. You see that? You have the 8th, and then because you did this, you had 9, and now you have the 10th. So this is the reward you get for staying on your path and being determined to stay on it, even though it was tempting to go take a walk on your wild side and howl at the moon. You decided, no, I'm staying on my path. Good choice. And then look at this energy, is talking about the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is sitting on her throne, and she's right above this King of Wands who has all this passion, and she's looking the other way now. And I want you to remember also that the kings and the queens, these are archetypes, right? Well, all of the characters in the arcana or in the tarot are. But so this king could actually be a woman that's in her masculine energy, and this queen could be a man that's in his feminine, as well as this king. This could represent one person showing the energies, all of these energies in, and this could be the partner. And his the energy could be, this could be representing one person, like I said, and it could be like now this person has decided, because it's sitting on this cold energy, that they're in this position now. Okay, I'm willing to receive all of this. Now that she's out of that state. This is about using your intuitive side, your feminine side. And then the feminine is like a magnet. It attracts energy, and the masculine energy is like electricity. It actually, when the masculine plugs into the feminine, sparks fly. And so she's saying, okay, I'm willing to receive this. It's beautiful. This better not freaking happen again. You better come in correct, or don't come in at all. That's the kind, like and God's going, no, this is a gift from the universe. You're good. It's a solid offer. And this also, like I'm picking up a lot of different scenarios here, but this also can be an apology, so that, and yeah, there's the wounded warrior, rowing off so that you're not in this position. So the actions that we take, this is the 9, and I feel like this is representing, when in my readings, just for now, just on the cusp of this kind of moving into from one year to the other, with all these 9s and 10s coming in, I feel like, because the Hermit is about going inward as a 9, this is like 2025, 2025, 26. 25, like making these decisions. And then in 26, look how many 9s are out here. That's, and then this, like putting those burdens down, bringing the harvest home kind of energy in 26. I feel like that's talking about past and present and future, and it's a bunch of different scenarios for a bunch of different people, but it's kind of the story of love and betrayal, kind of that energy, and looking at it, I'm looking at it from, I'll finish this and then we'll look at it from the past to the present and the future. So the Queen of Pentacles, now look at that. We have the Queen of Swords coming in, And she is known for being very resourceful. So I feel like this energy is saying, this wounded warrior energy is over now. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You brought the wands in. These are the actions. You took the right actions here. You're tired from it. But the Queen of Pentacles energy that comes in then, and she's very resourceful, saying she knows what to do with this pentacle. And it's someone you can trust with the pentacle. Like, she likes quality over quantity, and she usually comes from someone, like from a family where there's like old money, like someone that understands how to deal with money, that kind of energy, and known for being able to be very resourceful and steady, someone that you can trust, that kind of energy. And then we have here, the energy of the Three of Wands is talking about, okay, I'm ready to move forward and be on this new journey. So this is awesome. So perhaps the King of Cups has decided that he's been able to talk the Queen of Swords into being his partner, and he's going to trust her with the coin. And she's accepted his offer. And this could be someone that maybe there was some form of betrayal and it's been forgiven, or it could be the energy of, in the past, both of them or one of them could have been in a relationship that was that they were betrayed in, and they are both recovering. It's a story of two people meeting, and they understand each other because they have both experienced similar scenarios, and they were both in this energy, and now together. This talks about two people going through like two different energies and going together as one. That in this instance, I feel like that's what this means here. So we've got victory then. Yeah, that's really awesome. So the victory, and this again is bringing that horse energy in. This card's also been coming up quite a bit. So it's talking about being able to rein in your emotions, allows you to become a leader, and being able to lead the way on the path of the life that you want. And these people in the background, at one point, they may not have recognized this person as a leader, but they're clearly victorious and they can see it. And so now they're like, oh, okay, we'll follow them. Like, this, we didn't know they were such a good leader, but it's because they've learned to rein in that fire horse energy, and not be in this energy, but be more in this energy where you think about your actions before you take them. And you don't take them, like the King of Cups, until you're ready to do it in a really strong way. And because the King of Cups is able to present himself to the Queen of Swords here, she's willing to trust him with her money, and he's willing to trust her with his. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. Not just with money, but with, having happiness together, health, wealth, happiness, having the lifestyle, and being victorious together, putting their energies together to be in a place where, hey, we can go and conquer the world now. We'll lead the way. And look at all of these wands here are now landing. You see that? There's 9 here, but 8 of them, he's hanging on to this new one. Just like here, and just like here, and here, and here. That's the energy. And so this 9th wand now, this is like these 8 wands have been launched, and now all everything that landed here, now they're gonna take it and do it together. So it's like it's like launching a new project, but together with someone. Just what this person wanted to wish for at the very beginning here. The one thing that was missing is having someone to share this with. So this is awesome. And the King of Swords comes in. So the King of Swords is someone that's in total control of their thoughts as well. I feel like this energy is very similar to the Empress energy. The way she's dressed is very similar to how the Empress dresses. And so she's on the verge of it. Like, she's 3 queens. And the Empress embodies all 4 queens. And now this king energy, he's 3 kings, this one, and this one, and almost an emperor energy. So they're raising, by them coming together, they're raising the vibration and becoming really strong leaders. It's really good energy. And it's happening. It's on its way. If it's not here yet, it's on its way. That's the energy. And so from the past going up to the top and back down, we're talking about in the past putting all this work in, and then there was some sort of betrayal here, right? And going inward and going to the top of the mountain and getting the answers that you need, conferring with God. Okay, like, how did I get off my path? What do I do? I want this. I'm so close. And then the Wheel of Fortune clicks, because you don't take action until you have, like, gone inward to see, okay, what's the answer? And then this is the wounded warrior, no more. Like, this is okay. And this is the promise here from the Wheel of Fortune, saying, no, you're in 2025. They didn't land yet, but they're about to. And look at, that's the energy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles coming in, and that's about being able to trust someone, like someone stable that you understand, that they understand the value of $1, and kind of being able to, like, because the King of Swords knows that talk is cheap and actions speak louder than words. And so it's kind of like this is someone that he has seen has the ability to really handle themselves really well, and they aren't like flashy and spending on needlessly, that kind of energy. It's someone that really knows themselves and that they're steady. And then this is the energy of the Chariot. So moving forward, no reins needed, because you're on course. And then this energy is about this, all this hard work. When you thought it wasn't going to come in, now it does. And these have been launched in a new way, like in the way that you wanted down here. It's victory. And the Nine of Pentacles energy is about the reason it's a victory is understanding who and what you invest in and how much to invest, and also being sure that you invest in yourself. That Ace of Cups is a cup of love from the universe, as well as that Ace of Pentacles. And this is done. This was enlightenment. It was a nightmare, but now the regret, you can let go of it. And the magic, let the magic happen. This is what you wished for at the very beginning. It's come into being. Look how that played out. If only it was that simple when we're actually in it, rather than just seeing it on the table so clear cut like this. I hope you're enjoying this reading. I really am. I love these stories, how they come out. This is, if you do like it, please give it a like and comment, and just, it really does help build my channel. And there's something called a hype now. I haven't quite figured that out yet, what that is, to explain to you. But if you know what a hype is, hype my channel. It's for small channels. It's a new whatever that the YouTube has brought out. And you can hype a channel, and that's got under 500,000 views, or 500,000 subscribers, I think. And it helps small channels build more views. All right, so I'm just tuning into this energy. I'm going to clarify with my oracle, Tales from the Vector, TAILS. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. I have been working on this oracle since 2007. In 2020, I finished the 64th painting. There's some really big dragon paintings, so it took a while. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I am just working on, now that I have it complete, I am working on the information that goes with the deck to bring it out. And when it's ready, that's what I'm going to do. In the description box below, I will list the numbers of the cards, like on the cards here, in the order they appear here. And then the numbers on the cards are the order that they are in my gallery of the paintings on my website. There's some information there too that you might find is inspiring, and I'm just waiting to see what pops out here. Because my dragon, I just want to tune into this. Okay, so what do we need to know more about this? What else? There you go. Okay, so we have the Hermit. So the Knight of Cups is defined, the Hermit is defining the Knight of Cups. So that is talking about going inward to be able to receive this cup. So that's confirmation on that. And then we have the High Priestess, again saying the High Priestess is sitting on her throne and she's between two pillars. But the High Priestess represents God and represents actually the birth of Jesus Christ in my oracle. And so that's the energy of sitting close, like the being at God's right hand with all that joy, with all the beauty of that birth coming through. And it's kind of it's a poinsettia flower with a dragonfly. It's very, very beautiful. And then we have this talking about this energy here. So this is talking about when the fool goes on their journey, if they're not sitting close to on their destiny and they go off track, then we have a tendency to have expectations, and those expectations create limitations. So in the past, I feel like there was some sort of expectation of how things are supposed to go, and it didn't go that way, and then it caused kind of this energy of real, disappointment, regret, feeling left out in the cold, feeling cold-hearted, betrayed kind of energy, and then it turning into this beautiful, once you got back, went past the illusions and got back on your destined path, the rewards start pouring in, right? And so the Hierophant is about traditional structure, but it's bringing the spiritual justice down to earth, like the traditional structure of justice. And so this is talking about on the spiritual level, the spiritual court, and on the physical. And so the energy of the Hierophant, they have the right hand he has in the form of a blessing. And that is about bringing that blessing from heaven down to earth, because it's justice for what happened here. If you stay on your path, eventually it has a way of working out. Things click into place, and you can almost hear that clickety click. Yeah, and this energy is on this. So this is talking about feeling as though someone did rob you in broad daylight kind of energy. And this energy is about temptation. And so the devil's not going to tempt you with something ugly and stinky and smelly and awful. They're going to tempt you with something beautiful and desirable. And so that, I feel, is the energy kind of confirming that the king either strayed or strayed on the queen, or the queen strayed on the king kind of energy. So we're not going to get the truth from the devil. So we're going to cover that with a card, the next card up, and see who he sent in or what happened. And if not, did God cover it? And we have intent. So I'm getting it wasn't like an intended thing. It was more like getting in, like we were talking about this Cancer full moon energy combined with this energy that we're already starting to feel from the fire horse energy coming in. And in particular, the fire signs are really feeling this, and the Cancer and water signs are really feeling the energy of the moon in a big way, as well as Capricorn, actually. I don't think there's many signs in the deck that aren't feeling that energy, but this is saying that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So it's doesn't even have to be like something, I plan to do this, to betray you and make having to have this heartbreaking decision and all this regret, all this concern coming out of it. And it changed the world. It was like boom, like it made a big difference in both people's lives, I'm getting. And then we have the shooting star. And so this is about having a good attitude. When we're in this bottom row, this quite often talks about the fears we have coming from the base chakra, like how are we going to survive? What are we going to do if this happens? What are we going to do if that happens? And it's also talking about, you wish upon a star, but you still have to stay on track and put the energy in and put some work into it and have a good attitude to be able to reap the benefits of that wish. And we have then the temperance. So the temperance is actually, this is Sagittarius energy also. And so it's talking about, being patient and staying on your path and reining that information, reining that energy of the fire in, so that, and that's something I feel like for the entire 2026, it's going to be, for a lot of people, like not giving into impulses and being willing to do the new and to experiment with new, but in a sensible, productive way. And then, hold the drama. Life's a slice, hold the drama. And this is the energy of, who needs more drama in their lives, But that's what this energy is representing. And then we have the Libra energy. So being mature enough to understand that life is not going to happen the way you expect it to. Very rarely does it happen exactly the way. And like Libra energy is the mature adult that's ready to marry. Like that's someone that is mature enough to be able to handle this energy and not, do impulsive things that make it really challenging to keep the relationship together. And this is also talking about having anticipation on your journey because you're in this energy instead of having expectations of how it should go. It shoulda, woulda, coulda. If I shoulda, woulda, coulda. And there we have the moon again saying discipline your mind. And then you have reckless abandon, WRECK. That's the freedom that of this energy. In my oracle, it's a gypsy walking on water with the eclipse of the moon, a solar eclipse happening in the background, and she is it's about controlling, disciplining your mind so that you do have freedom, but you're not going to wreck things doing it, and then wreck relationships, etc. And then this is about surrender. So yeah, I feel like this is the energy here, the queen, saying, okay, she's going to let go and she's going to allow herself to bring down her walls and, not be so cold. And that's also the energy of the king, you see. They melted the snow around each other's hearts. And then we have the third eye chakra, using your insight, your intuition, as well as your logic. And having that insight that you need to make things work. Yeah, and deception. And so I feel like, it's talking back about this again. So this is talking about kind of what happened in the past here and surrendering this and going inward. And then it's because it's sitting right on the reward here. And it could have been like for, some of you out there, it could have been like deception around money, as well as like being someone marrying you because you had money, or they thought you had money, or, while they were married to you, sneaking money away kind of energy, opening a separate account somewhere in the Bahamas, that kind of energy. And then we have the sun. This is about having the confidence to lead. And this is, again, talking about that impulsive energy. And so it's talking about, Leo is, that sign is kind of the stage of life is that of teenage boys who can be very impulsive. It's saying again, rein in those emotions so that you don't, for one thing, it's sitting here on conception. And so the last thing you want to be is a teenage boy that accidentally conceives, something, a baby. And then it's talking again about this Cancer moon coming in. Yeah. Would you rather be engaged with someone you love? Or would you rather be entrenched in a bunch of drama? That's the energy coming in. And I just want to point out that when I have my the horoscope signs coming up, I'm talking, my intention is like that it's about the state of being and what these signs represent, like socializing at a mature level. And teenage boys, it's about knowing that they are born leaders, but it might take them until a while until they mature, and that, you know, that's a very impulsive energy. Again, with that, it's, you know, like, if you're, it's sitting on this horse, like rein in those emotions and those impulses in 2026, or you could end up like in this energy here of regret, you know. And then, oh, so yeah, I was just going to say, so this is coming in, this one's been coming into almost every reading because of the Cancer full moon that is coming up like tonight as as you listen to this, and about reining those impulses in and those emotions in, especially like tonight, and you know, being aware of it, that like it's really volatile information, energy out there. It's affecting a lot of people. And then we have the star. So at the very top there, it's almost like the Christmas tree. I think the holiday season is pretty much over now. I think people are kind of over it and ready to move forward, and that's the energy I'm picking up. So this is talking about the star is someone who's destined to shine and ready for it, you know, like ready to go for the next step of energy. So, and then we have indifference there, but like that wasn't really something I intended to put upside down like that. Yeah, I feel like this is saying, you know, what a lot of the readings have been saying. It's, we're all itching to get into the new, and it's just an energy in there. I like it. It's quite stimulating, and at the same time, make sure that you don't burn yourself out. That's the energy, and don't be really impulsive and then regret what you say and do the next day. That kind of energy. So I do hope you have enjoyed this reading. Please do like and comment if you had. And consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. That would be my honor if you did so. I will be back for another timely reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.